You're back
The
on,
tires
buddy.
go-
You said you were back on. You can't jump off.
Yeah, I'm out again.
No,
I'm
you
out.
can't do
I'm
that.
good.
That's not allowed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new time of possession. A loaded podcast today. We have two huge NFL offseason trades with Myles Garrett, A.J. Brown. We'll talk about them. We're going to break down the NBA Finals, give you our picks, and also talk about the month of May in the major leagues. Of course, we have to start with the man with the shades on. Tyler, when you woke up, what was your reaction to seeing that the Super Bowl favorite Los Angeles Rams have traded for the two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett? What was your reaction when you woke up to that news?
Honestly, like I was, checking to see if it was fake or not. Like I was just like, this is crazy. There's no way. Also, I love Jared Verse. That's tough to give up as like an up and coming guy, but it's Myles Garrett. Like you just can't not make that deal. I know we were gunning for him for a while. They've been trying to ask them about like trading for him as well as a couple other teams. For a minute. But yeah, it was crazy, man. I mean, to have Myles Garrett in a new look defense now, we still have Byron Young, we still have Kobe Turner, we still got Fisk, and
Trent McDuffie.
Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, and it's looking really good. It's looking great. We have a really tough schedule, so it's gonna be interesting still, but yeah, I'm super excited, man. It's crazy. Like it's wild. I know Jared had some thoughts about like the compensation at first, but I think he's lightened up on that a bit.
Oh no, I'm still I'm mad for my friend who's a suffering Browns fan. So.
Well, that's a choice. He could switch his team
Yeah,
anytime.
you could switch teams at that
He
point.
could-
If I grew up a Browns fan, I would have switched teams by now. Probably not gonna lie.
If your football team, ladies and gentlemen, if your football team does not care about you, you have no obligation to remain caring about them. Straight up. If you are a Browns fan or like a Jets fan, you have no obligation to stay with those franchises. But I personally, I think the compensation was probably as well as they were going to do. Reports came out after the fact that both the Eagles and the Cowboys were also engaged in the trade talks. The problem is neither of them had like a young up and coming defensive superstar to add to the mix, and that's what it's going to take to get
Cooper.
That's what it's going to take to get Myles Garrett. The Eagles aren't going to give up Jalen Carter. They're just not.
Yeah,
he's arguably the best at his position in the league, at least until Aaron Donald unretires and joins the fold for you guys. He keeps teasing us with those workout videos that he's posting. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing that on your feed.
He's always done that though since he's retired. He's always been working
about
out.
how he's like, oh wow, it's intriguing now that we got Myles Garrett, and he's like, oh, I only retired like 2 years ago, 35. I was like, bro,
35. I mean, it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, maybe,
Even if it just comes back as like a rotational player.
Just
but yeah, and then like I don't think the Eagles really had any way to get him other than multiple first-round picks. And the thing is about the Eagles that like they're not going to trade their first-round pick next year because I'm going to throw a little half prediction out into the universe. This could potentially be Jalen Hurts' last year as an Eagle, and they could be drafting his replacement next year. So I just want to put that out there. They're not going to trade their first round pick for Dallas. They just don't have the talent to to acquire him, at least defensively. They don't have anybody on their roster that's worth that. Like I guess you could do Rashawn Gary, but like he's not even.
There's Quentin Williams too.
Yeah, but like again, a 2-for-1. Like I see what the Browns are doing. I get it. You're not going to be competitive. And honestly, there was probably a little part where they wanted to do right by, probably the second best player in their franchise history outside of Jim Brown, right?
They should have done that last offseason before they decided to pay him $60 million a year.
He did them right by re-signing, so it's like there was kind of like a, Now we're gonna let you do your thing.
Still,
But
You're
yeah,
not
they
wrong,
should.
Jared.
They
I
should
just think
open
new
early
regime.
when it was already like a
Yeah.
thing.
I just think new regime, Jared. They're kind of resetting everything. They want to get their books clean as far as their cap situation is concerned, and now they can really do a full rebuild, and that's what they should do. Reports are for the Browns that there's a good chance that Deshaun Watson starts, and that's going to be hilarious to see. We'll see
That's
what comes of that.
crazy. What?
Um,
No way.
Insert
Yeah.
sound effect for Browns fans out there.
yeah. Hey, we'll add it in post, right, Jared? No.
Yep.
And then for the Rams, they were already the Super Bowl favorites. Now they are kind of heavy favorites. I think last time I checked, they were plus 600 to win the Super Bowl. The next closest team is like plus 1,000. It's a 400 different. That's pretty big, as far as the odds are concerned. And it was already like they were already the favorites. This only makes them that much more the favorite. So there's one thing that could ruin their season, I think, and that's a Matthew Stafford injury. And that's it. Like
Yep.
Stafford has gotten banged up in the past, and it's just a matter of him staying healthy. And yeah. This also makes the Ty Simpson draft pick look, it makes sense now. This was probably in the works for some time, and that's why they felt comfortable doing that. They knew that they weren't going to be able to draft his replacement next year because they're going to be trading for Myles Garrett. So it makes sense now.
I heard it was a big deal. A lot of teams saw when I guess the Browns, what was it last year? I'm trying to think what it was. I just saw it today. Hold on.
In March, they moved his money around a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, so and everyone saw that as like, oh, okay, this is a better potential to like trade now. And I guess the Rams have been kind of talking to them ever since like that happened, and as long with the Eagles and the Cowboys too. But
yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. All three of our teams had pretty substantial like acquisitions this offseason,
Yeah.
Both of ours were players, Tyler. Mine was Jalen Waddle, I guess. And then Jared, yours is just a coach, which, I know that it won't make, it doesn't make a difference, like, as far as the Madden overall is concerned or anything like that.
I don't play Madden, so I don't care, like, really about it.
Exactly. That's exactly. Like, Mike McDaniel is a huge ad. So, yeah, anything else? Jared, do you have major thoughts on this, or are you just upset?
I'm upset
Super Bowl, LA
for all the Jareds out there, unfortunately. If you're with the Rams organization and your name is Jared, your job is not safe. You are expendable. Let's look at Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen. Way back when Jared Goff leads the Rams to the Super Bowl, drafted, developed by them, thrown aside, exiled to Detroit, Michigan for Matthew Stafford. The Rams win the Super Bowl. Now, Jared Verse, who I predicted was going to be drafted by the Rams, and I was right, drafted, developed, became Defensive Rookie of the Year, traded away, exiled to Cleveland.
Two-time Pro Bowler.
Two-time Pro Bowler. Exiled to Cleveland for Myles Garrett. So, let's just say, guys, I work for the Rams. Where am I getting exiled to? What city? Because if it's not Detroit and Cleveland, where am I getting exiled to?
The Jets.
New Jersey? Oh God, that'd be just as bad. But anyway,
I want to say the Titans, but I'm kind of like.
But Nashville's cool though. Nashville.
No, exactly. Like I bought a little. I'm kind of into the Titans now. I bought a little Titan stock, and even then, like we act like Detroit's like the worst place on earth. Like what are we talking? Like Detroit's fine.
Sure.
Like, it's on the up and up. The Lions are really good now, and
the Red Wings, they could make the postseason next year.
I don't care about hockey, but yeah. It's just Cleveland just sucks. It just sucks in general. So yeah.
I just gotta say, if I wasn't a Rams fan before, as a guy named Jared, I can't be now because I would feel disrespected.
Yeah, he did love that Jared Verse was there. That was like a big thing for Jared.
I went to the Bills-Rams game a couple years ago. That was like game of the year. And the one video I sent Tyler was when Jared Verse got introduced. I was like, there he is. There's my guy. And now he's gone. So imagine, if I owned a Rams jersey, it would have been a Verse jersey. Not anymore. The only like consolation... The only I'm almost done. The only consolation for him, because he's only probably gonna be there for what, another like 2 or 3 more years. What would be so great, and this is just my headcanon, he leaves Cleveland after his deal's up. He comes back to LA, but my team, and it would be like, I'd be like, yes.
You have an edge rusher need.
Yeah, probably an edge need, because that'll probably be when, like, I don't know, we haven't extended Tuli yet, so I'm like, what is the plan right now?
Yeah, that is something you guys did do. Derwin James, that was big.
Oh, I'm happy about that. That was something I was thinking about. But I'm like, we need Tuli re-signed like right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after that, it's going to be Alt. So. All right, but your thoughts, Ryan?
No, I don't know. A lot of people, I kind of just did it myself, but like, a lot of people are really crapping on the Browns today and just saying it's such a Browns thing, all that stuff. Like, you look at the Browns roster, like, they're headed in the right direction for a rebuild. They have a lot of young talent. Like, look at on offense, it's Judkins. They drafted Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston. They have Harold Fannin, Spencer Fanu on the offensive line now. Defensively, they have Mason Graham, Jared Verse now, Carson Schwechringer, at middle linebacker. Love Denzel Ward and Grant Delpit. Like, Tyson Campbell's there. They have pieces to be an interesting team. It's just a matter of getting the quarterback and rebuilding that offensive line, which they started to do with Fano, right? So maybe in a couple of years, the Browns could be a, competitive team.
Is Shard the quarterback?
No, he's not. He is not even close.
It's the the massage artist, that guy. So.
Yeah, the Predator.
Yeah, I heard him earlier, but like, let's hope that doesn't happen.
They're kind of.
It would be him, Gabriel, right?
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel.
They're drafting a quarterback next year.
Probably.
They're gonna go 2-15.
Oh, with that
they're gonna be terrible, and they're going to draft a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They're going 2-15. Doesn't matter.
So this is what I thought about too. I'm like, because my Cleveland buddy talked to me like, I love our GM sometimes, but I sometimes hate him. Like, he drafts well, but when it has come to trades, i.e. mainly the Deshaun Watson trades, where they gave up all those picks and gave him all that guaranteed money, hasn't worked out, and now, I mean, you say, the
OBJ trade was nice. They just weren't good enough.
I mean, yeah, but
he wasn't that good actually.
And then now this trade, it's like you only get. I know I love Verse and everything, and we all love Verse here. And then the 1 first rounder, I just felt like they could have gotten more, like at least another first rounder or two, and whatnot.
I guess I don't know. The second, third pick as well, second rounder, third rounder. Like, I just think you're trading a star for an all-star. You know what I mean? And it's just like whenever you're trading away. Whenever you're trading away, like, the big name or the better player, like, you're going to probably get the bad end of the deal, and it's just necessary in some cases. And it's going to be nice to see Myles Garrett actually playing in football games that matter, I think. So.
What's this? Oh, breaking news, guys. The Rams just got flexed to 17 primetime games this year instead of 7.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The Rams just got. They're now on 17 primetime games.
Well, they should be. I mean,
you said it earlier, huh, Jared? Falcons extended Drake London.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of said it before we started recording, but yeah, that happened.
3-year, 141.
Yeah.
The other
speaking of wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of wide receiver, a big, tall wide receiver.
Yeah.
The Eagles, Diana Rossini was right, guys. She was right all along, and the Patriots traded for A.J. Brown, and I'm sure that we're all going to give Diana Rossini so much credit for that, and Mike Vrabel, and A.J. Brown, is now a Patriot. Feels like this was going to happen for months and months and months, and it feels like yesterday everybody was like, "Oh man, let's get ready for this A.J. Brown news. It's going to break any moment." And then Myles Garrett came and just like snatched up all the attention and everything, which as he should, right? I just saw as I was on my run today, I got a notification that Jordan Mailata said, "Thank God it's all
Yep,
over,"
I did see
or
that.
something like that. So it's going to be interesting to see, number one, just how Jalen Hurts plays. Like, obviously, I think Devonta Smith is good enough to be a number one receiver.
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner,
Lemon, which
has put up
makes
elite
that
numbers.
huge.
They drafted Mekhi Lemon. They still have Dallas Goedert. I think Hollywood Brown is there now too for just to be a field stretcher. So you still have your big play threat in that way, and Saquon is obviously going to be have a great. I think he's going to have a bounce back year after last year. It's just going to be interesting to see how the Eagles look without him, as kind of that safety blanket. And if you are a fantasy football player, you should draft A.J. Brown in the first couple of rounds because he is going to get like 150 targets this year. And he's like literally the only pass catcher they have in New England. Like last year, Drake May did what he did with like no-name people.
But Booty. Booty was the Booty.
Oh yeah, Booty, Bourne, and Demario Douglas.
Like what and Diggs, I guess, right? It was like the big guy, but Diggs is washed at this point, and you're getting A.J. Brown, who is what 28-ish, maybe. I don't know how old he is, but either way, he's an aging receiver at this point in his career, but he's still very good.
Last year, man, oh my goodness, I mean, they were losing and he was still putting up insane numbers.
So I mean, I just think that in a situation like this, a lot of receivers have kind of that diva attitude, all that stuff, and eventually all those receivers with that kind of attitude eventually just get moved, and that's just kind of how it works in the NFL.
They're not going to deal with it.
Yeah. It's very rare that a guy spends his whole career with one team at receiver. You know what I mean? Or spends at least more than one contract with a team at this point. I mean, who knows how long Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are going to be on those teams? Like.
For real.
I think as long as Joe's in Cincy, Jamar will stay there. But once one of them leaves, then that's the
if I had to
telltale
choose, I think it'd be T that would get moved. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think this is great for Drake May. I think he wins a lot. I don't
know if the Patriots are going to win a lot this season with that schedule.
Well, yeah, I'm just not buying a lot of Patriots stock. Super Bowl hangover, tough schedule, controversy surrounding the head coach.
Finally,
and I'm just not buying a lot of Patriots stock, and I don't even know if they should have been in the Super Bowl in the first place. I'm not bitter or anything. Don't worry, guys. I'm not bitter. So yeah, I mean that's just kind of where I stand on it.
It's crazy.
I think A.J. Brown's like, I don't know. It's hard to talk about this trade because we've known it was going to happen forever. So like, I don't really I feel like we've talked about it enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Other news that came down in the NFL. Was there anything else, or were those really the only two trades?
I mean, that's kind of it. Everything else,
some extensions and stuff.
Nothing crazy. Odell Beckham's going back to the Giants. I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. And then Russell Wilson probably is retired. He signs a deal
with CBS. It sounds like.
Yeah. So shout out to at one point, my favorite quarterback in the NFL. And that was before, I mean, and I have people that can attest to that. That was before he went to Denver. He was my favorite quarterback in the NFL.
Wow.
I loved him with Seattle. And
They were
wow,
great.
what a
What
man!
a fall off.
I don't even know what to call it.
They were talking about that. Who was talking about? I think it was like Stephen A. and I forget who else it was, but they were like talking about,
Our future president, Stephen A. Smith.
oh Lord. I saw like a video. They were just talking about how did he ruin his chance of like getting to the Hall of Fame with how bad his career like went down the toilet. Like
Probably.
yeah.
Like, if we're gonna have debates about he's just gonna get thrown into the buckets with the guys we debate about. Like, he's better than Eli Manning, but Eli Manning's gonna be a Hall of Famer because he won 2 Super Bowls and he played for an iconic franchise in the Giants.
Yep.
And he's gonna get thrown in the bucket with Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers and those guys. Like, that's kind of just the tier of quarterback he is. And if you think those two guys are Hall of Famers, then Russell Wilson's probably a Hall of Famer. But I don't think that any of those guys are going to be like first ballot guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. He was so good with Seattle, but after that, it was just so bad in Denver, Pittsburgh, and with the Giants. So I don't know. I
Kind
don't
of funny.
think
He was
that.
actually balling out in Pittsburgh. And then like what's his name came back. Justin Fields came back and it was like, oh crap. Well, now he's not gonna play anymore. But he was doing good, like, I think. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Big fall off.
NBA?
NBA, yep.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna say I can't wait. If you guys saw my story that I posted, it was just a WWE clip. I'm like, this is what's gonna happen. Whoever comes out of the AFC is about to beat the Rams, and then Stan Kroenke is gonna force his hand in there and make sure the Rams win. I don't know. I just don't like Stan Kroenke. That's just spoiler alert.
Yeah,
guys.
I got that.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I can't wait. I can't wait for them to show the Colorado Avalanche and the Denver Nuggets on the like sitting behind the Rams bench, like yeah, or in a box, like yeah, go Rams for the corporate family, ladies and gentlemen, for the corporate family. So NBA.
You have a problem with that. You can't have a problem with Dodger players going to Laker games. Then you can't you can't hate one thing and not like the like I don't know. Like I think that you
Dodger players always go to Lakers games though.
I know, but like it's the same owners. Like I guess okay, whatever. Apples to oranges, I guess. I don't know.
All right, NBA. Gentlemen, I'd like to sit here and tell you that I was right again, but like,
you didn't pick the Spurs, did you?
Yeah,
he did.
In the preseason, you picked the Spurs?
No, in the preseason, I picked the Knicks. I picked the Knicks to make the finals.
He did pick the Knicks, though.
Yeah.
The Spurs, I did not pick to make the finals. I picked the
For
Thunder.
you, Jared, because they finally showed that they could get over the hump and actually like win playoff series, and it's the first time in our lifetime, really. I feel like we've seen that. So it was really hard for me.
CJ McCollum punked them so hard that they just never lost another game.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was the only team that actually really gave him like a tough series. It was the
6
first
games.
It was opening round against Hawks, bro. Like
they were down 2-1 and then proceeded to win like 11 straight games.
Yeah, and like blew them out twice. Once at Atlanta. Like it's the first time I've seen them do that. So like it was really hard for me to pick them. Yes, I should not have picked Philly. That was crazy. I don't know why I did that. But, gotta give the Knicks their flowers because, man, it's going to be one hell of a series. And this is what we wanted to see,
We got the finals we wanted.
We wanted to see this.
This is the best possible finals matchup.
Ryan said it last time, yeah.
Yeah. I think that the matchup is really good. I think that as far as the Knicks are concerned, and this is probably the better of the two matchups, they have more ways they can attack Wemby. They could put OG on him. They could guard him with Mikal Bridges a little bit. Cat is going to start on him probably, but Cat has to stay out of foul trouble. Cat is prone to just have stupid fouls. And then even though Mitchell Robinson is hurt, I think he's going to play because it's a finger. And it's not like he's really an offensive threat anyways. He's just there to get rebounds and be a body. So even if you throw him in there just to be physical with Wemby and try to wear him down, I think that a lot of things are going in the Knicks' direction. I'm about 55-45 on this one. I just think that it's too. Maybe the rules
Was
don't
there any
apply to the
other per se?
7-5 alien. Huh?
No, yeah, for real.
I'm leaning Knicks. I'm leaning the Knicks on this one.
Mhm.
Maybe the rules just don't apply to the 7-5 alien, and he's just here and he's just going to run the league and be the next guy after LeBron.
Sure looking like it.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, it went from Jordan to a short Shaq and Kobe era, and then it was LeBron's league from there. So, um, you know, I just is this guy going to break all the rules, and is he going to just be that next guy? I don't know. Maybe. For the last I feel like for the last 5 champions we've talked about, is this going to be the next dynasty? We did it with Giannis when he was 25 and dropped 50 in a finals game to win the championship. Who would have thought he would just never make it out of round 2 after that? With the Nuggets and
Crazy.
Joker
I thought they were
seemed
gonna go on
inevitable.
an insane run.
Yeah. I thought the Nuggets were. I thought the
Against them.
Celtics were going to be back to back with their young core and their young team and how deep their roster was. And then the Thunder seemed inevitable. And maybe if you're the Thunder, you could just blame it on the injuries. I would blame it on Chet Holmgren, though.
I wanted an
My good.
APB out for that man. Where was he? He gets dunked on and then disappeared.
Oh my God. He murdered him. Wemby
Dude.
murdered that man.
Yeah, no, that was one of the worst performances you could have in a game 7 to go to the damn NBA finals. Like that was atrocious.
You know what's funny is SGA said in his post game after Game 7 said we need Chet, and I'm like, really? Because I mean you had him and he didn't do anything. So what need is there?
He didn't play that well in the playoffs. I'll be real honest.
No, his best games were against us.
There are a couple
of course.
games, but it was against us that I was gonna say it was against
Lace
us
up the
that
boots
really-
for the Lakers, boys. You gotta play your
Yeah.
best when you play the Lakers.
AJ, bro, if they didn't have AJ Mitchell against us, man,
He got hurt as well, and maybe
that would have
maybe
been
you
that
know
might have mattered. I don't know. I mean, the way he was going against us, but like at the same time, like we said after our series, we always let some random go off against us. So it's like, it's usually a guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also they definitely have a Chet problem because Chet is good against 28 other teams, and then maybe it's just the Spurs are just that one team that, is it like a Ben Simmons thing where it gets in his head? I don't know. I guess Simmons is more of an extreme case where it's against every team he just doesn't shoot. I don't. But against Wemby, maybe it's just a thing. I don't understand why Wemby hates him. If you're the Thunder, are you asking yourself, do we package Chet in a trade
That's
for
kinda weak,
Giannis?
though. He's like
Right?
weak-minded, it seems like he
It's
just
like
doesn't
what?
seem like he seems like he's weak-minded. Like he let him get in his head. I
Yeah,
feel like
maybe.
like
Yeah. Well, are you having discussions now if you're the Thunder? And I don't think Sam Presti really does these kind of things. He doesn't do that. So
no,
do you
he
just
tries.
do you move Chet for the sake of it? Like once upon a time, Presti moved there was another young superstar that Sam Presti traded. I don't remember who it was, and he didn't honestly get that much in return. Who was it?
Was it recent?
I don't know. Dude, I'll
At
find
first
it.
I was gonna say PG, but then you said young.
You're not talking about was it Josh Giddey?
Oh, was it Josh Giddey?
I'm finding it.
To the Bulls?
Okachevsky?
Hold up. Continue the convo. I will figure it out.
All right. Well, talking about it,
Darius Basley was good at one point, like way back when he first got in the league.
Well, if we're talking about packaging Chet, I have seen many things saying the Thunder are trying to get into the top 10 in picks. So who knows? They can maybe entice somebody with Chet to move
Awesome.
to the
Okay,
top
yeah.
10.
Oh, it was
They do love
I
the
got it.
draft.
I got it. I found it. He traded James Harden.
Oh,
He traded young James Harden.
That's
Yep.
right.
And instead of keeping him alongside Katie and Russ, Presti also traded Paul George
That's the trade that
for
started this
Shea,
whole thing.
you know, and like he's just it was James Harden I was thinking of. I just couldn't remember like
SGA was tough on the Clippers. No
he's
one really realized like he had major potential.
no, and if you go back and watch those Clipper highlights, if he still played like that, people wouldn't get as mad about the flopping stuff.
That's
I'm
true.
just
He
saying
played
he
soft.
was a
Yeah.
lot more explosive and he's a better player now, but his style of play was a better watch, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
He was more like he. I feel like he goes with a lot more power now, trying to get fouls and stuff, and like he was more graceful and like shifty and stuff back then. I feel like
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, but back to the finals. The Chet thing sucks, right? I mean, I don't feel bad for that many players in the NBA, like you're millionaires and everything. I legitimately felt bad for him. Like
Did you really?
it's
Wow.
dude, I was just like, man, that's like it's just kind of
Like, he's
sad.
getting
Like,
dead, man.
yeah, I think the Knicks match up well with the Spurs. Now the Spurs might just break all the rules. Um, Dylan Harper might be their second best player, and he doesn't even start.
It's crazy.
He's
Yeah.
20 years old, and the only other
Well,
player that's comparable to
that's
him,
not passable.
I know, but like he's 20, and the only player that is comparable to him to do this in the playoffs, if you look at the numbers, is Magic Johnson. Rookie
Wow.
year, Magic Johnson. Like Dylan Harper is just unbelievable, and I mean, I feel bad for Fox. De'Aaron Fox better get his ring now because he's going to be the one that gets moved on this team,
Get pushed.
even if it's not his fault and he's just really, really good, you know? Like so and honestly, De'Aaron Fox has been really good this
He's
postseason.
had some
Not trying,
big games
yeah.
in the postseason. Yeah.
When things start to get under control, he's the one that kind of settles everybody down. They
Yep.
don't turn the ball over.
Veteran point guard.
And obviously, the only other playoff experience he has is the Light the Beam team, and
The one
you know,
series they won against the Warriors.
And that was the one they lost. They only
Oh,
beat
they
the
yeah, they
lost.
Warriors.
lost.
Right. Yeah.
They beat the Warriors in
They should
a
have beat
play-in.
them.
They were
Fox
supposed
got
to.
hurt.
Yeah,
De'Aaron
he got
Fox got hurt in that one. They should have beat the Warriors.
Yeah.
So
And they moved Halliburton and everything too.
Yeah, to get the bonus. That was that year.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna make our picks now, gentlemen. The Knicks were my preseason pick. I'm going with Knicks in 7. Either way,
I think
the city of Manhattan will be leveled, win or
gonna
lose.
burn.
I am hoping it is not like a 2011 riot when the Vancouver Canucks lost the Stanley Cup final to the Boston Bruins, but it might be worse. I don't think Batman can stop it.
yeah. Tyler, you want to go? Make your pick,
Literally
or I can go, and if you want, and I'll give you
The
time.
Spurs have shown so much, like, and for them to beat the Thunder and get here is just like huge in their first year, like going to the playoffs. You know, with this team and everything, and it's so hard to say like, oh, they might be a year away because they proved it and they have this absolute 7-6 freak, you know, just like crazy. Is he 7'5", 7'6", 7'5"?
7-4 listed probably 7-5.
But yeah, like you said, just you know, do the rules not apply to them? You know, it's hard to like think about that because I love
Yeah.
what the Knicks have done. The Knicks have absolutely destroyed almost everybody, like we said, except for the Hawks, which is crazy because that was the opening round. But you know, they kind of dismantled the Cavs pretty handily. Like it was really that close of a series. And man, I don't know. Tough. You know what? Screw it. Let's just go Spurs. Why not? I'll go Spurs. Have some fun with it.
Spurs in.
He'll probably go 7.
All right. like I said coming into this, I'm like 55-45 Knicks. I'm gonna stay with the Knicks. I think they match up really well. I also just I'm not willing to throw away all of NBA history quite yet for the 7-5 alien. LeBron James made it to the NBA Finals with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2007. At this age, I believe he was 22 years old, and did they get swept?
I think they got swept.
Or did they go 5?
I
Yeah,
think
he
they
got
won the
swept.
game.
Maybe I don't know. It went 4 or 5 with Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, and no, not Detroit. Was it the
Oh,
Spurs?
it was
Might have been
the
the Spurs. Might have been.
Who
Spurs.
was it?
Yeah, it was the
It
Spurs.
doesn't
Yeah.
really. It doesn't even matter, honestly. Um, LeBron James made it this young. They just weren't ready yet. And at that point, we were like, can we get this guy another All Star? Spurs have a couple of All Stars, so a little different situation. But we're talking about all-time greats here. Um,
I will say one thing that I think
why? Go
might
ahead.
be interesting with how Cat has been used in the postseason and everything. He's become more of a, facilitator from the post and everything. And
Playing like Jokic.
yeah, exactly. I don't know how much you can do that against Wemby. I think that changes with how he is there, and his length and his defense. So I don't know. I think that's going to be an interesting
That's true.
thing to watch for sure.
Why do you got to say things to sway me?
Because I
really
just thought
good
about it.
point.
Like, I don't.
I'm
They've
just
been
trying to think
using
about the
that a
matchup.
lot. Like his assists have gone up. It was huge. That was one of the biggest reasons why I think they've been winning
Yeah.
series. Obviously, Jalen Brunson too, but who's stopping Jalen Brunson? The Spurs play a lot of great defense also, so it's going to be really interesting. Like, you're going to see Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby probably have to be like the leading scorers. I would think. I know OG played really well against them in the NBA Cup. I think he had like
I think
28.
I also think Brunson is going to have a lot of driving kick opportunities. He's such a small guy, and that's going to be tough on him if Wemby's just playing like a zone defense in the paint. So it'll depend on if the Knicks hit their threes or not. They have been. So if they stay hot, I'll say Knicks in 6. I'll say Knicks in
The
6.
one thing the Knicks have to do is they have to play fast, because if they're taking their time going up the floor, the Spurs will be able to set their defense, and from there it's going to create a lot of turnover for the Knicks offense. And
The Knicks have to score like they've been scoring.
yes,
The start of the series is going to be interesting because we don't know if Mitchell Robinson's going to play or not. That takes a big man away from them that they have to throw at Wemby, so that's going to be interesting as well. But that should probably only be the start of the series, so shouldn't affect them too much. The NBA Cup, actually they played each other twice, but in the NBA Cup,
Didn't Wemby come off the bench though? Like I think that was
yeah,
like
he
he was
only
like
played
on a
like
minutes restriction.
22 minutes or something because he was on a minutes restriction at that time.
Yeah, I don't
20,
care. I'd throw it out the window.
yeah. So
Fake cup, anyways. Who cares?
it's going to be real funny when in Game 7 the Knicks are down by 1. They just used their last timeout. They've got the last possession. They go down. They timeout to advance the ball. Jalen Brunson has the ball. He's about to shoot, but then out of the crowd, Tyrese Halliburton with a steel chair into Jalen Brunson's back. Knicks lose the finals.
You know what? I would accept that.
So then next year, the Pacers and Knicks have the most.
The Pacers should be champions right now. The Pacers should be champions.
So they said, if we can't be champions, you can't either. So that for the next several years, the Knicks and the Pacers will be the most must-see rivalry in the NBA.
It'll be Knicks, Pacers, and Spurs
they
Thunder.
split the regular season series, so it's a toss-up, man. It could go either way, really. Wemby averaged 28 and 13 against them in those 2 games. Jalen Brunson's averaged 26 points and 7 assists against them, so we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
They're different teams now, man.
Yeah, and I'd say edge defensively goes to the Spurs in my opinion, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Those are our picks. Ryan and I got the Knicks. Tyler has the Spurs. All right, and now we will move into MLB for our last part of the episode. So I got the post here about everyone's records. Here we go. I gotta pull it up again. So Ryan's Brewers had the best record in all of May, 19-7. I believe they're currently leading the NL Central.
They're going crazy. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Then there were several teams that won at least 18 games. That is the Rays, Braves, Dodgers, White Sox, Phillies, and Guardians.
White Sox had a great May. Yeah.
I said it when we did the AL
They're
Central.
starting to fell off. They're starting to fell off.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be competitive. Their offense is decent, but their pitching is what's going to be killing them.
Well, even that Murakami's on IL or however you pronounce his name. He's on IL, so that's going to hurt their offense a lot. He's been so freaking good to start this,
Yeah, he's responsible for a majority of the runs, so, yeah.
Exactly. So those are just...
The Mariners turned it around a little bit.
Yes,
right?
They've reclaimed first in the West. Cal's progressing. He's progressing.
Yeah, I was gonna say weirdly enough, since Cal got hurt, they've been good.
It's better. So, yeah. It's the young guys though. It's Cole Young. It's Emerson.
Mm-hmm.
They got some guys.
You've got the D-backs turned it around this month. The Diamondbacks turned it around this month. They, I believe, are now in second in the West. They passed the Padres.
The Dodgers last night.
Yeah, that was, I think, their first win against them this season. I think it's a 4-game series in Arizona, so we'll see how that goes. Teams that didn't do so hot in the month of May. Detroit, we talked about earlier. Worst record in May, 6-22.
The offense just fell off after Skubal was gone. It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah. The Rockies, not really a shock to anybody, 8-20. Ryan's Giants just right above them, tied with the Royals, going 10-18 in the month of May. Reds 10-17, and then the A's unfortunately in there 11-17. The Cubs did have a 10-game losing streak this month, so that didn't help them. They went 13-16. And the Padres are kind of on that side as well, 13-15. But yeah, we'll just go to the standings real quick, because just
the NL Central's a bloodbath still.
It is.
The whole division's 500.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to
fall off.
The Cardinals, yes, I would agree.
They're 3-7 in their last 10, and I just have more faith in the Cubs roster to turn it around. I just think the Cubs are a good team. Even if they had a
great hot start, but it's seeming like there might be one of those teams that does that at the start of the season and then tails off.
Yeah,
we'll see though.
Yeah, I don't think nobody's gonna catch the Braves in the East, though. I think with Don Mattingly, the Phillies have sort of turned it around. They've gotten back to 500. They're second, but they're fighting with the Nats right now for second.
It's crazy. They have a winning record. It's wild how much they turned it around.
Seattle reclaimed first in the West. Cleveland's still up on the Central. Chicago's slightly behind them, but like we said, Chicago could fall off because they're playing well. 4 games above 500. The Rays are still leading the East, so the Yankees are 1 game back. Everyone else is pretty far behind in the AL East. Brewers have a decent lead against everyone else in the Central. I guess you could say the Cardinals, Pirates, and Cubs are all tied for second. They're all both 5.5 games back. And then, San Diego and Arizona are right there fighting for it. But looking at the worst records overall, man, when I tell you we probably got 2 bottom 5 teams right when we guessed back in the preseason who were going to be the worst 5 teams in the league. Well, the Angels and Rockies are there.
Yeah.
Yep. Not surprising.
The other 3 bad teams with the worst records
actually started off really well to start the season, I feel like, too. It's crazy.
They're not going to be as bad as last year, but they'll still be.
Yeah, they're still going to be.
The other 3 teams in the bottom 5 are the Detroit Tigers, the Giants, and the Royals.
It's like all of my teams. What the heck? It's just all of my teams. I have more Bobby Witt stock than anybody. What are we doing?
Yeah, currently sitting
Is
at
it safe to say I just don't know ball? I just don't know ball, guys. I just don't.
They're sitting with a negative 52 run differential. They're under 500 at home at 15 and 17. They are an abysmal 8 and 20 on the road. I think the only team with a worse road record is the Tigers at 9
I'm looking
and 24.
at it. I don't think there's a
9 and 24. The Tigers are also bad on the road, dude. It's oof. Baltimore is 9 and 17 on the road. Miami's 9 and 19.
the Tigers are rolling up Zach Short at shortstop, so I don't know what to tell you. They just won't pull him off the field. They just won't. I don't get it.
Magana
I don't
was out
understand how this.
today, but he usually starts every single day. Actually, no, that's not true. I guess McKinstry too. Yeah.
Boys, it. Man,
They just have a lot of guys that hit for average. Like they have a lot of dudes that just hit bombs, or a lot of guys that just can't hit very well. Like it's.
You know what? I'll say it. I just don't think there's any good teams.
Well,
I don't think there's any good teams.
Well, I mean, they're the Braves. And
the Braves, yeah.
We really believe the Braves are gonna come on,
they're 40 and 20.
Think the Braves
I think they're back. I think they're back.
And they're still doing well with Drake Baldwin's IL. Like,
I don't know, man. I just think that we're all sleepwalking through the regular season, and then the Dodgers will turn it on, and even with how bad Mookie's playing and all that. So
he's been picking it up the last few games. Mookie's been picking it up.
Homers, yeah.
I hope so.
The Dodgers did lose Teoscar Hernandez, and they just got Kike back, but they got prospects waiting in the wings, ready to come up. They're not calling up those young guys, hoping DePaula yet, but
Ward hit his first homer.
Yep, finally.
Yep.
I guess the one question now I'll ask you guys, because they're a bottom 5 team. Where is Tariq Skubal getting traded?
Ooh.
And I'm gonna tell you this: I really just don't see it being the Dodgers. As much as I'd love it personally, I just don't see it, because it's like
I don't really.
There's no spot.
There's no reason, really. Yeah.
Maybe the Phillies, maybe Philadelphia.
I could see that.
Pulls that trigger. Now they've kind of maybe they
still
think
feel like they have like a playoff caliber roster and everything.
Well, we turned it around, and now we're on the up and up. And he's the last piece we need for our rotation, and you can add him to that rotation. Like, I don't think it's crazy. Him, Christopher Sanchez, like that's, Zach Wheeler's there. Like, it's a pretty good.
Yeah. Let me see, because I'm gonna see how many top 100 prospects they have, because that's really gonna do it. And I don't remember the Phillies having They have 2 top 100 prospects. Their best one being the number 15th overall, and a shortstop named Aiden Miller. So, I mean,
I think the Cubs could do it. I think the Cubs have such a crowded pitching room, and cause they have so many dudes that are just solid. The problem is they're always hurt. You know what I mean? Like Shota's the only one who's not really hurt that much, and everybody else is hurt. So it's Mackenzie Gore's hurt, and I don't know. So I think the Cubs could do it. I think I picked the Cubs to win it all this year going into it, and they were viewed as one of those top contending teams. I also think that honestly, the Padres, it just seems like a Padres type of thing to do.
It does. To go against us,
sure. Yeah, I just looked. They always their best prospect is their catching prospect, Ethan Salas, and he's been the one top prospect that's somehow avoided the wrath of A.J. Preller's, maddening addiction of trading top prospects. So if they were to trade for Skubal, he would have to be in the deal. But from what I saw, he's fallen off quite a bit. So
he could also just be a Yankee. He could also just be a Yankee.
I've seen that, and Yankees players are saying I would rather just get a better third baseman and a relief help, and because right now it's our pitching rotation is great with Fried and Schlittler and Cole back, but it's we just don't have a consistent enough offense outside of Judge. So
I'm gonna be real.
The answer. He'd
be sick on the White Sox. That'd be sick, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Same
no,
with
they're not gonna
same with
beat
my
them.
A's. Same with the A's, man. That'd be sick, but it's not gonna happen.
You know,
No.
there's a team who has quite a bit of
Um,
top 100 prospects that they can give
trying to
the
think, maybe
Tigers.
the Guardians.
They wouldn't trade in division. I just don't think the Tigers would.
They wouldn't do that to the AL Central. Yeah, no.
I
They wouldn't.
think
Yeah, I'm trying to think
because
who
looking
else.
at this, the Mariners got a
Toronto
crap
trying to
ton
get
of
in.
the freaking Mariners got a
Bro, they
crap
have an
ton.
amazing rotation. They don't need
Yeah, but
that.
imagine like
Putting Tarek School and Logan Gilbert together would be crazy, but like,
yeah, but like then they just never lose. They
true.
just
Well, their
wouldn't
offense
lose.
is still like up and down at times, but
Here's the thing:
Yeah, but
they have Luis
when your average
Castillo.
ERA for your whole team is gonna be like 1, like
So the Mariners have Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller piggybacking off each other, and both are kind of very. They've said it's like
Bryce Miller's been good to start
yeah,
so far.
but like
Mhm.
Luis Castillo hasn't had the season he's wanted, so he says he's felt like uncomfortable.
Castillo's been bad.
Yeah, he's been dealt to the bullpen, so it's like if he wants to
Bro, he gave
start,
up runs when he piggybacked off Bryce Miller last start. He gave up a run right away. Like, no runs given up by Bryce Miller. Right? Comes in, boom, homer.
so I mean if you want to move off somebody, it could be him. Could move Luis Castillo, maybe Emerson Hancock too.
Tigers are up 5-0 on the Rays right now, by the way.
Yeah, man, the comeback starts now,
rare
guys.
win.
Comeback starts now.
The second.
Is that all we got?
I believe that is all we got. Yeah. Obviously, you know, once we hit the end of June, I mean, that's when we'll react to the finals, NBA finals, and then give, I guess, our June update. But then after that, it's just going to be probably nothing until we start the profiles.
Football.
Yep, in July, baby. In July. We just got to get through one more month.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I guess real quick before we end it off, for my hockey viewers out there, I'll give you my predictions on the Stanley Cup Finals, which start tonight. The Canes have finally broken through, ladies and gentlemen. 5th time was the charm. The Eastern Conference Final merchants that they were. They go up against Vegas, and you know
All
what?
this to lose in 6 to Vegas.
No, I'm rolling with the Canes. This is the year. This is the year. They're winning in 6. The Canes are winning the Stanley Cup in 6. That is my prediction. If Vegas wins, then I will hate everything, considering that they won about as many overtime losses as the Kings did.
That was probably unpopular also. But any soccer fans out there, 10 days away from the World Cup, so I'm hyped about that.
I'm excited for the World Cup.
Are you
I'm
actually
excited? Yeah, I'm actually into it.
We might be able to watch them together by the end of it, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I got Senegal winning it all. You know, just I'm a big believer in
We just
Senegal.
beat them in a friendly to like warm up it for the World
Oh
Cup.
yes,
Actually.
friendly.
That was a big win for us, bro. Because Senegal is ranked 14th in the world, so that was big.
You know, I've been watching.
We'll have to have Tyler. You have homework now. You're going to be our resident soccer guy, and you're going to give us world.
I know a whole.
You're going to give us World Cup updates.
I play FIFA, bro. I literally
week.
play FC like on PS5. Like I've been, trust me, I've been playing it a lot lately too with the World Cup. I look at the rankings, bro. I was looking at all the rankings yesterday and everything, like all the player rankings they got going in the World Cup and stuff.
You know, if we want, like, is there a bracket we can make?
So it's just groups.
Okay.
You just predict like the 2 countries that will come out of the group stage.
I'd be going off vibes. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be going off vibes.
This
like,
is the most teams they've ever had too. So
America.
We could probably get out of our group. I could see us being one of the 2. We don't have a very it's a weak group. It's not that strong. The only team that we have to beat is Panama, to start. That's our first match. So, but yeah, there's a lot of really, really good teams that have easy groups. Like Argentina's gonna get out no problem. Portugal's gonna get out no problem. France actually has kind of a tough group, but so we'll see. But there's a lot of really good teams, and there's a ton of favorites, man. Like, it is going to be really interesting. Like, I was looking at all these rankings, and it's like each team has like 5 to 6 players like in the top 100 FIFA rankings. Like, it's crazy. So, the top teams. Ronaldo and Messi are still playing. Probably their last World Cup, so this is huge.
All right. Well, who knows? Well, maybe we'll do a group bracket thing on the next. Who knows
Yeah,
if we're able to.
Something on ESPN or something. I can look into it.
All right, we could do it on another date. But yeah. Anyway, guys. Ryan, Tyler, Jared, time of possession. We will see you guys in the next one. Go Knicks.